was quiet, slow and wide. A hush beneath the light inside, and something soft began to spread the moment you understood what I never said. The morning moved in gentle air, a calm I didn't know was there. You looked at me with steady grace and saw beyond my face. No words were spoken, yet instead you heard what stayed unsaid. Your silence held me like a hand, as if you understand. The moment you understood what I never said, my heart began to breathe. Through quiet tone, through being known, you pulled the weight beneath each truth I'd hid in softer dread. You heard the words I never said. The hours swayed in muted gold, a warmth I couldn't hold. You read the thoughts beneath my eyes, the ones I could disguise. No storm too loud, no fear to spread. You sensed the parts I fled. The light grew soft, the world stayed still, and my heart bent to your will. The moment you understood what I never said, the world turned calm and clear. Through quiet ways, through honest days, you drew my heart so near. Each shadow that I used to dread fell quiet in the words unsaid. The afternoon turned warm and kind, and eased my restless mind. You caught the tremble in my tone, the things I faced alone. No veil too thick, no truth to spread. You found what lived unsaid. Your presence wrapped around my chest and taught my heart to rest. The moment you understood what I never said, I softened into peace. Through tender sight, through gentle light, my worries found release. Each feeling that I used to dread, you held them without being led. The dusk arrived in rosy blue, yet all I felt was you. You knew the quiet in my breath, the fears I hid beneath. No silence deep, no tear I shed could hide what lived unsaid. The night leaned close, the stars grew shy, and truth began to sigh. The moment you understood what I never said, my soul felt seen at last. Through fading light, through tender night, you softened every past. Each memory I once quietly bled, you healed with words unsaid. The early dreams began to bloom and fill the quiet room. You sensed the wishes left behind, the ones I couldn't find. No longing far enough to thread, you caught them still unsaid. The dawn returned with gentle hue, and everything felt new. The moment you understood what I never said, the truth grew soft and warm. Through morning glow, through ebb and flow, you sheltered every storm. Each fragile piece my heart once shed, you knew them still unsaid. And even when the days felt long, you stayed so calm, so strong. You saw the things I couldn't speak, the hurt I couldn't seek. No moment ever misread, you held what I left unsaid. Your kindness wrapped around my fear and pulled my soul near. The moment you understood what I never said, my guarded heart unclenched. Through quiet space, through your embrace, my walls began to bend. Each ache, my silence always stood clear and bright, and love replaced the night. You looked at me and gently smiled. It softened something wild. No fear remained, no tear I shed. You knew what stayed unsaid. The world grew warm, the moment stayed. A peace we slowly made. The moment you understood what I never said, I finally felt understood. Through softest tone, through being known, you love me as you should. And every word I once misled, you heard them still unsaid. Some hearts don't speak in sentences, they whisper through the cracks. And yours heard mine in perfect sense and gently whispered back. No fear remained, no tear I shed. You knew what stayed unsaid. The world grew warm, the moment stayed. A peace we slowly made. The moment you understood what I never said, I finally felt understood. Through softest tone, through being known, you loved me as you should. And every word I once misled, you heard them still unsaid. Still unsaid. Some hearts don't speak in sentences, they whisper through the cracks. And yours heard mine in perfect sense and gently whispered back. The moment you understood what I never said, my heart began to heal. Through quiet tone, through being known, you pulled the weight beneath each truth I'd hid in softer dread. You heard the words I never said. A hush unfolded deep and free, a calm beneath my memory, and something warm moved quietly. Your presence found the quiet part of me. The morning lifted soft and slow, where quiet feelings grow. You stepped into my silent space with tenderness and grace. No noise, no rush, no need to plead. You found the calm in me. Your arms slipped in without a sound and wrapped my world around. Your presence found the quiet part of me, the place I never showed. Through gentle light, through silent night, you reached the depths below. Each breath became a soft decree. You woke the calm in me. The hours eased in muted tone, yet I was not alone. You understood what others missed in moments softly kissed. No weight too heavy to foresee. You held the quiet me. The breeze turned mild, the world grew kind, and peace rewrote my mind. Your presence found the quiet part of me, a truth too soft to hide. Through still embrace, through steady pace, you warmed the space inside. Each breath released its secrecy. You soothed the quiet me. The dusk arrived with amber glow, and something began to show. You touched the place where silence stayed, where fragile thoughts were laid. No guard too high, no lock, no key could keep you far from me. loud. You listen to the thoughts inside, the ones I used to hide. No silence strong enough to flee. Your heart stayed close to me. The moon leaned close, the air turned warm, and stillness changed its form. Your presence found the quiet part of me, where tenderness resides. Through softer skies, through gentle sighs, you touched what silence hides. Each breath rebuilt my certainty. You steadied quietly. And even when the day grew out and thoughts became a crowd, your presence moved in gentle waves, a peace the moment saves. No chaos wild enough to see a break in harmony. And when the years turn soft and slow, one truth will always glow. You didn't heal what broke apart, you touched the quiet heart. No word too loud, no need to be. You simply stayed with me. The night grew mild, the moment stayed a peace that softly made. Your presence found the quiet part of me and brought it back to light. Through gentle care, through being there, you held my spirit tight. And every breath became a memory of how you found the quiet me. And even when the day grew loud and thoughts became a crowd, your presence moved in gentle waves, a peace the moment saves. No chaos wild enough to see a break in harmony. The world exhaled its soft and slow and laid its calm on me. Your presence found the quiet part of me, a home I didn't know. Through ebb and flow, through soft shadow, you taught my heart to grow. Each breath unraveled silently the part you set free. And when the years turn soft and slow, and truth will always glow, you didn't heal what broke apart, you touched the quiet heart. No word too loud, no need to be. You simply stayed with me. The night grew mild, the moment stayed a peace that softly made. Your presence found the quiet part of me and brought it back to light. Through gentle care, through being there, you held my spirit tight. And every breath eternally remembers how you found the quiet me. Some souls don't search for noise or flame, they seek the unspoken room. And yours stepped in without a claim and made my shadows bloom. Your presence found the quiet part of me, a truth that stays and stays. Through hush and night, through morning light, you're woven through my days. A Hessian folded soft and free, because your presence found the quiet me. Before the words could form or start, you touched the corners of my heart. A gentle grace, a quiet stem. You held my feelings before I spoke them.
The morning rose in muted light, soft shadows taking flight. You saw the tremble in my eyes, the truth I couldn't disguise.
No sentence formed, no chance to stem. You felt the words within them. Your warmth leaned close, your gaze grew kind, as if you read my mind. You held my feelings before I spoke them, in hands both calm and warm. Through silent thought, through battles fought, you sheltered every storm. Each breath became a quiet gem, because you held my feelings then.
The hours moved in gentle sway, yet you could always see my way.
You caught the sighs I tried to hide, the ache I kept inside. No need for words to overwhelm. You knew I lived within the helm. The breeze grew soft, the moment stayed, and something real was made. You held my feelings before I spoke them, a truth I can't deny. Through quiet air, through deepest care, you heard what made me sigh. Each breath released the small mayhem, because you held my feelings then.
The dusk arrived in tender gold, a calm I couldn't hold.
You sensed the thoughts beneath my breath, the truths I feared to confess. No shadow deep enough to stem the way you knew my realm. The moon stood still, the stars fell near, and you dissolved my fear. You held my feelings before I spoke them, a gift too rare, too true. Through muted tone, through being known, you saw my hidden view. Each breath you caught in diadem, a place I rested in again.
The night grew soft in gentle pace, and something filled the space.
You caught the curve of quiet pain, the tear I tried to feign. No silence deep enough to stem the way you cherished them. The lamp glowed warm, the shadows bent, and all my fear was spent. You held my feelings before I spoke them, a grace too soft to lose. Through softened night, through fading light, you read what I refused. Each breath returned its lighted gem, you tended every stem.
The early dreams began to move, a rhythm soft and smooth.
You sensed the longing in my sleep, a pull I couldn't keep. No dawn too bright to overwhelm, your heart inside my helm. The morning rose, the world turned mild, and I was still your child. You held my feelings before I spoke them, a truth so deeply kind. Through morning hue, through skies of blue, you eased my restless mind. Each and I returned to you. You held my feelings before I spoke them, a vow without a word. Through quiet ways, through tender stays, you understood what stirred. Each breath revived the overwhelm, because you held my feelings then.
Some hearts don't need the spoken form, they listen in the storm.
And yours, the one my soul became, still hears me just the same. You held my feelings before I spoke them, a love too soft to flee. Through hush and care, through open air, you hear the quiet me before the words could form or stem. You held my feelings before I spoke them. The morning whispered something kind, a truth I couldn't quite define. But gently through the softened shine came the day I realized your heart knew mine. The sun rose slow across the air, and peace was waiting there. You smiled at me with something true, a calm that softly grew. No hint, no sign, no thought divine, just knowing your heart knew mine. The light leaned soft across your face and filled the quiet space. The day I realized your heart knew mine, the world began to slow. Through tender eyes, through calm replies, you let your feelings show. Each breath became a sacred sign, your heart already knew mine. The hours drifted warm and sweet, a hush beneath our feet. You caught the truth I couldn't say in quiet, gentle way. No need for words to intertwine, you understood what's mine. The breeze grew warm, the air grew mild, and everything felt wild. The day I realized your heart knew mine, a softness filled the room. Through steady glow, through ebb and flow, you eased away my gloom. Each breath aligned with perfect sign, your heart already knew mine. The dusk arrived in golden hue, and still all I felt was you. Your presence wrapped around my chest, a quiet, steady rest. No fear too sharp to undermine the truth your heart knew mine. The lamps grew warm, the shadows sighed, and something bloomed inside. The day I realized your heart knew mine, my soul felt seen and free. Through muted light, through gentle night, you stayed so close to me. Each breath became a soft design, you read what lived in mine. The night grew deep but softly calm, a tender healing balm. You sensed the ache beneath my tone, the hurt I faced alone. No darkness strong enough to dull the shine, your heart still reached for mine. The moon leaned low, the stars aligned in ways so undefined. The day I realized your heart knew mine, a truth too warm to flee. Through whispered glow, through ebb and flow, you held the quiet me. Each breath became a clear design, our hearts already aligned. And even when the days turned heavy, your heart stayed true and steady. You caught the tremble in my hands, the part no one understands. was blessed. The day I realized your heart knew mine, the world felt soft and real. Through silent care, through steady air, you made my shadows heal. Each breath unwound the tight confine, because your heart held mine. And when the years begin to slow, untruth will always glow. Before I dare to call you home, before my fears could roam, you knew me in a pure outline. Your heart already knew mine. The moment lives in gentle time, a soft eternal rhyme. The day I realized your heart knew mine, my soul began to rest. Through tender sight, through being right, you met my quiet best. And every breath in worn design still whispers, your heart knew mine. Some knowing isn't taught or spoken, it's felt where hearts stay open. And yours found mine without a line, a touch so pure, divine. The day I realized your heart knew mine, the world turned kind and new. Through hush and light, through gentle night, my heart returned to you. Your heart knew mine. Some knowing isn't taught or spoken, it's felt where hearts stay open. And yours found mine without a line, a touch so pure, divine. The day your heart knew. The morning whispered soft and fine. The day your heart knew mine. The quiet settles soft inside, where tender truths would often hide. But somehow through the shifting tide, you read the softness I once tried to hide. The morning rose in muted glow, a tenderness I didn't show. You held my gaze, you saw the trace of softness in my face. No need for words to coincide, you saw the part I tried to hide. Your kindness brushed against my fear and brought my truth near. You read the softness I tried to hide, the part I kept within. Through gentle tone, through being known, you reached beneath my skin. Each breath became a quiet guide. You saw the love I tried to hide.
The hours swayed through silent air,
Yet I felt you still there.
you caught the tremble in my breath.
The truth I left beneath,
No shadow deep,
no place to bide.
you found the heart
I tried to hide.
The breeze fell soft,
The light grew mild, and you softened the wild. You read the softness I tried to hide, a calm too real to miss. Through quiet care, through being there, you turned my guard to bliss. Each breath unwound the guarded tie. You held the part I tried to hide. shadows curled around the room, yet never brought me gloom. You read the softness I tried to hide, a truth you gently knew through quiet lines, through subtle signs. You saw my inner view, each breath revealed the place I cried. You warmed the part I tried to hide.
The night grew deep and never cold, with warmth I couldn't hold.
You listened to the little fears, the ones behind the tears.
No silence wide enough to chide.
You held the softness I would hide. The moon leaned low, the stars fell bright, and love rewrote the me. You read the softness I tried to hide, a truth I cannot feign, through morning light, through eased up fright. You washed away the strain, each breath released the hell divide. You found the part I tried to hide. And even when the world turned loud,
Your warmth cut through the crowd.
you reached the depth beneath my calm, a quiet healing balm. No chaos wild enough to stride across the heart I tried to hide. The world fell slow, the air grew clean, something deep was seen. You read the softness I tried to hide, a vow without a word, through silent truth, through gentle proof. You held what few have heard, each breath aligned with open pride. You loved the part I tried to hide. And when the years grow soft and old, a truth will still be told. Before I dared to show my light, before my heart felt right, you saw the part I long denied, the softness I once tried to hide. The night grows warm, the moment stays a calm throughout my days. You read the softness I tried to hide, and loved it as your own, through tender sight, through holding tight. You made my shadows known in every breath I've kept inside. You warmed the love I tried to hide. Some hearts see softly through the ache, through walls we do not make.
And yours the one that stayed beside. Read what I meant to hide.
You read the softness I try to hide, a truth that stays with me.
Through hush and light, through gentle night.
You saw what I couldn't see. The quiet settled soft inside. You read the love I tried to hide. A quiet truth began to rise, unfolding softly in your eyes. And something deep inside repeated, I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed. The morning glow felt calm and kind, a gentle shift inside my mind. You looked at me and somehow knew the things I never knew. No guard too high, no fear impeded. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed. gaze held still, your warmth stayed near and eased my quiet fear. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed. A truth so soft and rare, through tender light, through gentle sight, you held my hidden air. Each breath became a truth repeated. I was seen in a way I never knew I needed. The hours drifted soft and slow, revealing parts I didn't show. You sense the tremble in my tone, the hurts I walked alone, no shadow deep enough to be impeded. You saw what once receded, the breeze turned warm, the world turned mild, and something reconciled. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed, where softness came to rest, through steady care, through being there. You held my quietest, each breath felt like a truth conceded. I was seen in a way I never knew I needed. The dusk arrived in muted gold, and something soft took hold. You met the quiet in my chest and gave my soul a rest. No silence lingering undefeated. You touched what once retreated. The night leaned in, the sky grew deep and woke what used to sleep. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed, a peace I can't compare. Through fragile truth, through gentle proof, you lifted every care. Each breath became a pulse repeated. I was seen in a way I never knew I needed. The night grew warm with quiet grace, a softness filled the space. You held the pieces left unseen, the ones that live between. No fear too sharp to stay unheeded. Your warmth was what they needed. The moonlight brushed against my skin and softened everything. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed, a truth so calm and true. Through silent lines, through subtle signs, you saw the interview. Each breath became a heart repeated. I was seen in a way I never knew I needed. And even when the days turned loud and thoughts became a crowd, you reached the part behind my calm, a quiet healing balm. No chaos wild enough to be impeded. Your heart knew where I needed. The world exhaled, the colors grew, and I returned to you. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed, a comfort soft and real. Through gentle space, through your embrace, my heart began to heal. Each breath unwound, the ache depleted. I was seen in a way I never knew I needed. And when the years turned sweet and slow, one truth will still echo. I spoke, before I tried, before I opened wide, you saw the part I kept completed, the part I never knew needed. The light grew warm, the moment stayed, a piece so softly made. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed, and still I always am. Through day and night, through gentle sight, you hold me where I stand, and every breath in love repeated. I was seen in a way I never knew I needed. Some hearts reveal the hidden thread, the words we've never said, and yours the one that softly pleaded, saw me in ways I never knew I needed. I felt seen in a way I never knew I needed, a truth I now believe. Through hush and light, through every night, you're the calm I never knew I'd receive. A quiet truth began to rise. I felt so deeply seen tonight. A gentle heat began to rise, a glow unseen by open eyes. Before I knew what hearts contain, your warmth reached places I couldn't explain. The morning touched my skin with light, yet something felt more bright. You stood so close, yet didn't push, just softened every hush. No fear too deep, no ache ingrained. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain. Your presence moved without a sound and lifted worlds I'd drowned. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain, where feelings hid from me. Through tender grace, through quiet space, you let my heart break free. Each breath became a soft refrain. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain. The hours flowed in gentle sway, and something changed that day. You touched the ache behind my breath, the wounds I left beneath. No silence thick enough to feign. You reach what I couldn't explain. The breeze turned warm, the world turned kind, and eased my restless mind. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain, a truth I didn't know. Through steady care, through being there, you made my shadows glow. Each breath unwound the hidden pain. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain. The dusk arrived in golden mist, a moment I couldn't resist. You sensed the cracks within my tone, the parts I walked alone. No darkness deep enough to rain. Your warmth dissolved its chain. The lamps grew low, the night grew wide, and I felt known inside. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain, a calm that felt I couldn't explain. The night unfolded slow and true, yet all I felt was you. You held the part I couldn't name, a gentle hidden flame. No memory to warn, to strain. You warmed what I couldn't explain. The moon leaned soft, the sky grew still and melted every chill. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain, a truth that shelved to grieve. Through morning hue, through skies of blue, you wiped away the fear. Each breath revived what love had lain. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain. And even when the voices grew and doubts returned anew, you stayed so calm within the storm, a steady healing form. No chaos strong enough to gain a hold on what you reign. The world exhaled, the colors grew, and I stayed close to you. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain, a truth too real to hide. Through lifted fears, through tender years, you stayed right by my side. Each breath unwound the old refrain. Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain. And when the years turn soft and slow, there's one thing I will know. Before I spoke, before I cried, before my heart complied, you reached the parts I can't contain, as I can't explain. The moment stayed, the night grew mild, and everything felt reconciled. I couldn't explain, and still it always will. Through day and night, through gentle light, you keep my spirit still. And every breath I can maintain, your warmth remains in places I can't explain. Some touches don't belong to skin, they live where hearts begin. And yours, the one my soul retains, reach places I can't explain. 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 Your warmth reached places I couldn't explain, a truth that feels like fate. Through hush and care, you settled there in rooms no one could trace. A gentle heat began to remain. Your warmth lives on in all I can't explain. Unfolded quietly, a space that lived inside of me. Yet somehow through the quiet silence, you knew the calm behind my silence. The morning drifted slow and mild, as if the world was reconciled. You looked at me with knowing eyes, no need for spoken ties, no storm to read, no fear to indict. You knew my silence wasn't night. Your presence wrapped around hours passed in muted gold, yet nothing felt too bold. You sensed the stillness in my tone, a quiet I'd outgrown. No need for words to form compliance. You read the calm in silence. The breeze felt light, the world felt true, and everything felt new. You knew the calm behind my silence, the truth beneath my breath. Through steady glow, through ebb and flow, you eased my quiet death. Each breath became a warm alliance. You held the calm behind my silence. The dusk arrived with tender flare, a hush that felt like prayer. You sensed the stillness in my chest, where gentle thoughts would rest. No shadow deep enough for violence. You honored every silence. The lamps grew soft, the night grew fair, and calmness filled the air. You knew the calm behind my silence, the truth too rare to find. Through gentle ways, through softened stays, you soothed my quiet mind. Each breath became a soft compliance. You knew the calm behind my silence. The night remained in soft embrace, a warmth around the place. You didn't fear the space I kept, or how my quiet wept. No silence wide enough to bias. You trusted all my stillness. The moon shone low, the world leaned near, and wiped away the fear. You knew the calm behind my silence, a peace so deep and clear. Through gentle night, through softened light, you stayed and lingered near. Each breath became a calm defiance. You held the calm behind my silence. The early dreams began to spin, a warmth beneath my skin. You sensed the quiet glow I hide, the one that lived inside. No dawn too bright to break the science. You saw the glow in silence. The daylight brushed along my face and settled into place. You knew the calm behind my silence, the truth I couldn't show. Through morning peace, through sweet release, you caught the undertow. Each breath became a small reliance. You saw the calm behind my silence. And even when the days felt loud and thoughts became a crowd, you recognized the quiet part, the stillness in my heart. No chaos strong enough to pry us. You knew my quiet bias. The world exhaled, the colors stayed, and something warm was made. You knew the calm behind my silence, a comfort deep and true. Through warm embrace, through softened pace, I always came to you. Each breath unraveled all the giants. You held the calm behind my silence. And when the years grow soft and slow, one truth will always glow. Before I spoke, before I tried, before my fears had died, you found the calm that lived inside. The part in silence drive. The moon often tied through nights I hide. You always met me there, and every breath in quiet guidance. You held the calm behind my silence. Some souls don't fear the quiet heart. They know where silence starts, and yours, in ways that felt like kindness, found the calm beneath my silence. You knew the calm behind my silence. Behind my silence. Behind my silence. Somewhere between the breath and word, a place where soft truth stirred, I found the place my voice can serve, where my heart finally felt heard. The morning brushed the quiet air, a softness everywhere. You listened not to what I said, but what lived in my head. No need for stories to be blurred. You heard the heart unheard. Your gaze held still, your warmth stayed true, and saw the deeper view. Where my heart finally felt heard, the world grew safe and small. Through gentle tone, through love you've shown, you understood it all. Each breath became a softer word, where my heart finally felt heard.
The hours moved in muted grace, and peace filled up the space.
You caught the shift within my sigh, the truths I can't deny.
No silence deep enough deterred.
You held the heart unheard. The breeze felt warm,
The day grew mild,
and something reconciled, where my heart finally felt heard. A tenderness took flight through quiet stays, through gentle ways. You made the shadows light. Each breath became the untransferred, the feelings once deferred. The dusk arrived in golden tone, yet I was not alone.
you sensed the longing in my chest, the ache that needed rest.
No truth too fragile to be stirred. You held the heart unheard.
The lamps grew low,
The night grew kind, and eased my quiet mind, where my heart finally felt heard. A comfort bloomed within, through softened night, through tender light. You touched the place I've been. Each breath carried a quiet word, where my heart felt heard.
the night embraced the silent room.
Yet nothing felt like gloom.
You listened to the fragile tone.
The ones that felt unknown.
No fear too deep to be interred.
You soothed the heart unheard. The moon leaned close, the stars aligned, and lifted all I'd mind, where my heart finally felt heard. A truth too soft to break, through gentle views, through love infused. You softened every ache. Each breath revealed what once deterred, where my heart felt heard. The early dreams began to rise, like warmth behind my eyes.
You sensed the trembling in my tone.
The things I faced alone.
No dawn too bright to leave it blurred.
You held the heart unheard. The morning glowed in muted hue, and everything felt new, where my heart finally felt heard. My soul began to rest, through morning sighs, through soft replies. You met my hidden best. Each breath became the untransferred, where my heart felt heard. And even when the world turned loud, heart finally felt heard, a comfort deep and clear. Through quiet grace, through your embrace, you drew me ever near. Each breath unwound the old, transferred where my heart felt heard. And when the years turn slow and kind, one truth will stay in mind. Before I spoke, before I tried, before my fears had died, you found the part that once deferred, the place my heart felt heard.
Oh, the moments stay, the silence blurred,
A truth too soft to word. Where my heart finally felt heard, I'll always come to be. Through day and night, through every quiet, you hear the realest me. And every breath in love conferred lies where my heart felt heard.
some hearts don't need the perfect line,
They listen past the spine,
and yours the one that never stirred.
heard mine without a word. Where my heart finally felt heard, a truth that softly grew through hush and light, through gentle night. My heart speaks to you. Some hearts don't need the perfect word,
You heard
what needed to be heard. Before the world could understand, you held my heart with steady hand, and softly with a love so modest, you loved the parts I thought no one would notice. The morning brushed my quiet flaws, the ones I hid without a pause. You saw the tremble in my smile, the fears that ran a mile. No judgment sharp, no moment bias. You loved the parts I thought unnoticed. Your warmth unfolded slow and kind, and eased my fragile mind. You loved the parts I thought no one would notice, the pieces left behind through gentle care, through being there. You touched the unseen kind, each breath became a truth you promised. You loved the parts I thought unnoticed. The hours moved with softened grace, and peace filled up the space. You caught the little quirks I hid, the things I never did. No glance too sharp to be imposed. You saw the heart I never exposed. The breeze turned warm, the world turned mild, and soothed the timid child. You loved the parts I thought no one would notice, the ones that felt too small. Through tender gaze, through quiet ways, you cherished them all. Each breath became a word unspoken. You loved the parts I kept unbroken. The dusk arrived with muted glow, revealing parts I didn't show. You held the softness in my tone, the fears I faced alone. No shadow deep enough to protest. You loved the parts I thought were less. The lamps grew dim, the world grew wide, and something bloomed inside. parts I thought no one would notice. A truth too rare to feign. Through quiet light, through gentle night, you soothe my hidden pain. Each breath unwound the old malice. You love the parts I learned to miss. The night embraced my softer side, the ones I used to hide. You listen to my quiet ways, my tired, unsteady days. No silence wide enough to lose the parts you chose to choose. The moon leaned low, the stars aligned, and eased my doubtful mind. You love the parts I thought no one would notice. The truth that softened me through morning glow, through hearts that go. You let my fears feel free. Each breath became a warm solace. You love the parts I thought were baseless. And even when the world turned loud and doubts became a crowd, you held the pieces faint and small, the ones that feared to fall. No chaos strong enough to erase the love you gave my grace. The world fell slow, the colors grew and led me back to you. You love the parts I thought no one would notice. A comfort deep and wide, through gentle air, through tender care. You stayed right by my side. Each breath unwound the broken promise. You love the parts I thought were harmless. And when the years turn soft and slow, there's one truth I still know. Before I learned to love myself, before I trusted help, you held the pieces I dismissed and loved what no one else had kissed. The night grew warm, the moment stayed, a peace so softly made. You love the parts I thought no one would notice, and still you love them now. Through day and night, through fragile light, you showed me when and how. And every breath I've ever cherished lives in the parts you kept and nourished. Some loves do not just see the whole, they heal the quiet soul. And yours the one that never folded. Love the parts I once withheld. You love the parts I thought no one would notice. A truth so warm and clear, through hush and night, through morning light. You kept the parts most dear. Before the world could understand, you loved my heart exactly as I am. The world was harsh, too fast, too loud, a storm, a restless crowd. But everything turned soft and free the moment you understood me. The morning held a sharper tone, a weight I walked alone. But then you looked and something changed, the edges rearranged. No noise too deep, no weight too heavy. The world grew soft already. Your gaze fell warm across my fear and brought the quiet near. The world softened when you understood me. The colors turned to light through gentle ways, through quiet gaze. You eased the jagged night. Each breath became a calm decree. The world softened when you understood me. The hours moved in silver gray, too heavy for the day. But you could see the strain beneath the sigh. I couldn't breathe. No silence kept you from the plea. You heard the quiet me. The breeze grew mild, the moments stayed, and all my worries swayed. The world softened when you understood me. A truth too deep to feign. Through steady care, through being there, you loosened every strain. Each breath uncurled its mutiny. The world grew soft from what you saw in me. The dusk arrived with muted gold, a calm I couldn't hold. You sensed the tightness in my chest, the part that needed rest. No shadow deep enough to flee. You softened all of me. The lamps grew low, the world leaned in and eased the ache within. The world softened when you understood me. The hardness turned to sand through gentle sight, through softened light. You held my trembling hand. Each breath recalled the clarity. The world felt kind because you saw me. The night stood still but didn't bite. You kept the fear in sight. You read the shift behind my tone, the parts I faced alone. No silence left too thick to see. You steadied all of me. The moon leaned low across my skin and warmed the cold within. The world softened when you understood me. The dark grew less intense through softer skies, through knowing eyes. You blurred the sharpest fence. Each breath reclaimed its dignity. The world turned safe when you read me. And even when the day turned loud and thoughts became a crowd, you reached the peace I couldn't touch, the hurt that lingered much. No chaos wild enough to be a storm between you and me. The world exhaled its brittle plea and leaned its weight on me. The world softened when you understood me. A comfort deep and wide, through gentle tone, through ways you've shown. You stayed right by my side. Each breath untied the secrecy. The world felt whole when you held me. And when the years turn slow and bright and time becomes more light, one truth will still remain intact. The simplest quiet fact. Before I learned to fully see, you softened all of me. The moment stayed, the night grew clear and held the part most dear. The world softened when you understood me, and still it softens now. Through day and night, through gentle sight, you keep my heart somehow. And every breath you set free. The world felt whole when you held me. And when the years turn slow and bright and time becomes more light, truth will still remain intact. The simplest quiet fact. Before I learned to fully see, you softened all of me. The moment stayed, the night grew clear, and held the part most dear. The world softened when you understood me, and still it softens now. Through day and night, through gentle sight, you keep my heart somehow. And every breath you set free softens everything inside of me. Some hearts don't fix the broken world, they soften it instead. And yours, the one that stayed unfurled, unwound the threads I'd shed. The world's harsh to false and numb, until you understood me. And still it softens now. Through day and night, through gentler sight, you keep my heart somehow. And every breath you set free softens everything inside of me. Held me. And when the years turn slow and bright, and time becomes more light, one truth will still remain intact. The simplest quiet fact. Before I learned to fully see, you softened all of me. The moment stayed, the night grew clear, and held the part most dear. Before the quiet found its trace, your voice became a gentle space, and softly through the tender grace, your understanding became my safe place. The morning moved in silent glow, a warmth I didn't know. You saw the part that trembled slight, the fears beneath my light. No hint too small, no truth displaced. You made a quiet space. Your presence brushed against my fear and held me gently near. Your understanding became my safe place, where all my shadows eased. Through gentle tone, through being known, my restless heart was pleased. Each breath became a calm embrace. Your understanding, my safe place. The hours drifted soft and slow, unfolding all I know. You caught the echoes in my chest, the ache I long suppressed. No silence deep enough to chase. You filled the empty space. The world grew warm, the day grew kind, and eased my worried mind. Your understanding became my safe place, a truth too soft to hide. Through steady care, through being there, you cleared the noise inside. Each breath unwound the tightened case. Your presence held my safe place. The dusk arrived with amber tone, yet I was not alone. You sensed the part I dared not show, the fears I tried to slow. No shadow deep enough to chase. You lit the hidden place. The lamps grew low, the world leaned in, softened where I'd been. Your understanding became my safe place, where quiet turned to peace. Through gentle night, through softened light, my worries found release. Each breath reclaimed a warm embrace. Your love became my safe You listen not just with your ears, but through my hidden fears. No silence wide enough to chase. You read the fragile grace. The moon leaned low across my chest and gave my heartbeat rest. Your understanding became my safe place, a harbor calm and true. Through softened tone, through love alone, I always ran to you. Each breath became a gentle trace of how you built my safe place. And even when the days turned loud and doubts became a crowd, your presence reached the parts within, the places I'd been thin. No chaos strong enough to erase your gently guarded place. The world exhaled its softened plea and leaned its trust on me. Your understanding became my safe place, a truth I can't unsee. Through quiet care, through being there, you grounded every plea. Each breath unwound the old disgrace. Your heart became my safe place. And when the years turn warm and slow, there's one truth I will know. Before my heart had learned to rest, before I knew my best, you built the room where I could face myself in safest place. The moment stayed, the night grew mild and softened every while. Your understanding became my safe place, and still it always will. Through day and night, through gentle sight, you keep my heart beat still, and every breath in soft embrace returns to you, my safe place. Some hearts don't heal by fixing scars, they hold us where we are. And yours, the one that stayed with grace, became my tender safe place. Your understanding became my safe place, a truth so warm and deep. Through hush and night, through morning light, you're where my quiet sleeps. Each breath unwound the old disgrace. Your heart became my safe place. And when the years turn warm and slow, there's one truth I will know. Before my heart had learned to rest, before I knew my best, you built the room where I could face myself in safest place. You stepped into my quiet trap. With warmth the world would sometimes laugh, and softly through what I once lacked, you made me feel known without asking anything back.
The morning rose in muted air, a softness settled there. You looked at me and somehow knew the part that once withdrew. No need for effort to unpack. You knew me without asking back.
Your presence brushed against my doubt and slowly let it out. You made me feel known without asking anything back. A grace too rare to find. Through gentle tone, through love you've shown you quiet. Each breath became a softened track. You knew me without asking back.
The hours drifted warm and slow, revealing what you know.
You sensed the truth I tried to hide, the tears I kept inside. No silence deep enough to crack. You stayed without asking back. The breeze turned mild, the day grew kind, and eased my timid mind.
You made me feel known without asking anything back. A truth that changed my heart. Through quiet grace, through gentle pace, you softened every part. Each breath unwound the old attack. You knew me
Without asking back.
The dusk arrived in golden shade, where silent fears were laid.
You touched the fault lines in my soul and held them whole. No shadow wide enough to black. Your light came without asking back. The night leaned warm, the world grew still, and bent to tender will. You made me feel known without asking anything back. A love without demand. Through soft and light, through gentle night, you took me by the hand. Each breath became a quiet track. You stayed without asking back.
The night grew deep in muted blue, yet all I felt was you.
You listened not to what I spoke, but where my heart awoke. No silence wide to raise a wreck. You heard me without asking back. The moon leaned close, the stars aligned, and steadied on my mind.
You made me feel known without asking anything back. A comfort soft and real, through warm your rain, through soft and steady quiet I ever feel. Each breath recalled what I once lacked.
You knew me without looking back. And even when the world turned loud and doubt became a crowd, you held the parts I couldn't claim, the ones too small to name. No chaos strong enough to crack. Your love stayed without asking back. The one days turned soft and slow. One truth will always glow. Before I spoke, before I cried, before my fears had died, you saw the self I kept intact and loved me without asking back. The moments stayed, the night grew mild and held the inner child. You made me feel known without asking anything back. It's true, I always will. Through day and night, the gentle side, you keep my heartbeat still, and every truth I can't unpack. You hold it all without asking back. And even when the world turned loud and doubt became a crowd, you held the parts I couldn't claim, the ones too small to name. No chaos strong enough to crack. Your love stayed without asking back. The world exhaled its brittle ache and eased what used to break. You made me feel known without asking anything back. A peace I never knew made me feel known without asking back. You made me feel known without asking anything back. And still you always will. Through day and night, through gentle sight, you keep my heartbeat still, and every truth I anything. They give what quiet brings, and yours the one that never lacked. Made me feel known without asking back. You made me feel known without asking anything back. A truth that stays so pure through hush and night, through softest light. Your love makes me sure. You stepped into my quiet track and knew me without asking anything.